fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
Peace Corps represents some, if not all, of the best virtues in this society. It stands for everything that America has ever stood for. It stands for everything we believe in and hope to achieve in the world.
From an early age, I had an interest in the wider world beyond the boundaries of the United States. I think there were a number of my generation who were particularly inspired by President Kennedy and his call to join the Peace Corps.
How many of you who are going to be doctors are willing to spend your days in Ghana, technicians or engineers? How many of you are willing to work in the Foreign Service and spend your lives traveling around the world?
Well, when we arrived, Kennedy was revered, and the United States was considered, their closest ally. There was this sense of partnership.
I was so excited. There were 130 people in my group, and we landed in Ghana on a bright and sunny spring day. There were people to welcome us. There was something in the air that was so different from where I came from.
It felt very nice to be part of a FIRST program. And we didn't have texting, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have phones, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have computers, and you did not get a chance to go home in 2 years. So that was kind of exciting, actually.
While times have changed, the agency's mission to promote world peace and friendship has not. The three goals of the Peace Corps are as relevant today as they were in 1961. Goal 1, to help people of interested countries in meeting their need for trained men and women. Goal 2, to help promote a better understanding of Americans on the part of the peoples served. And of course, our third goal, to help promote a better understanding of other peoples on the part of Americans.
They share the lives of these people, and they share with them skills, knowledge. They learn their language, they live with them, and this is why Peace Corps is unique.
Peace Corps is a very dynamic organization, one that promotes friendship, yet at the same time it is about helping people to help themselves.
Understanding is the peace and Peace Corps, because what we're here to do is to make this exchange, taking that time out to understand who a person is or what that person wants to become. You're building relationships.
We are not only teaching people at the primary level, but we are empowering people with the skills for sustainability.
Peace Corps sends volunteers into host communities to build the bridges of understanding that will foster friendship, that will foster peace, and build the kind of future that we all strive for. We are not just witnesses to a country's development, we are participants. We have taught English to thousands of children and teachers. We have worked alongside farmers to improve crops. We have taught computer technology powered by solar panels in rural villages. And we have delivered HIV/AIDS prevention messages to thousands of young adults. We are on the ground, changing lives and changing history.
Be it working in government or any other walk in life, I think it informs your public service. I think Peace Corps has this impact on you that you carry with you the rest of your life.
The thing that's so exciting to me about Peace Corps really is the transformation that takes place both in the lives of the volunteers but also in the lives of the communities. Maybe they're nurses who devoted their lives to serving their community because they were touched by a Peace Corps volunteer who encouraged them to go on to nursing school. Or maybe it was a family who were helped by a volunteer who taught them how to make a garden, and that garden enabled their children to grow up healthy and their kids were able to be educated. I mean, those stories, I think, are the things that JFK would be most proud of.
I hope this spirit will grow that hundreds of others of young Americans and older Americans will go overseas to show our best side, to show how much we desire to live at peace. There can be no greater service to our country and no source of pride more real than to be a member of the Peace Corps of the United States.